My third grade class is about to begin memorizing multiplication facts. Over the past 2 years, participation and success in this area has dropped. I wonder if technology can help. I'm going to look at the TIP model for technology integration. Phase 1. Analyze teaching and learning needs. Step 1. Identify the problem and relative advantage. Well, the problem with this lesson in this area is that students find it boring. So, my relative advantage would be that technology offers attention-getting displays with opportunities for interaction and feedback. Step 2, Tech Pack. Let's see, my content knowledge. I know the latest on what my students need to know for multiplication facts, such as arrays and that kind of thing. Pedagogy. I've been doing a lot of research on project-based learning, and I think this topic would be a good fit. Technology. I'm familiar with a lot of new programs, such as Voki, the newest version of PowerPoint, etc., and we've been using a lot of these in class already. Phase 2. Planning for integration. Step 3. Identify objectives and assessments. One of my objectives is that students will memorize their multiplication facts. The way I can assess that can be with checklists and a 1-minute daily and weekly drill test. Objective would be students will use technology to create a study tool. I can assess this through observation and with a rubric or checklist. Step 4. Integration strategies. So with a content approach, I think it will be interdisciplinary. I think I might can incorporate science and a little bit of English with it, as well as math. My grouping will be small group and whole group. They'll be broken into groups for the project, but I'll give the instruction to the whole group. I'll also have individual because each student will be tested on their individual mastery of the multiplication facts. Resources to use have already been used in class, so they'll really just need to be refreshed on those. Step 5. Prepare the environment. Well, for the technology I'll be using, I'll probably have enough of my own computers because we'll have 4 groups and I have 4 classroom computers and I have my own mics, flash drives, and that kind of thing. But I'll see about reserving the laptops for at least a few days. The group can have a computer at a non-computer station to brainstorm and then to actually put their projects together. They'll have access to all the peripherals and they'll have a copy of the rubric and checklist to guide them in making their project. Phase 3. Analysis and revision. Step 6. Analyze the results. I'll look back on my checklists and rubrics and my observation notes to see if my objectives were reached. I'll also do a quick survey at the end of the project to see what my students have to say, what they think worked, what didn't work, and what may need to be changed. And I'll also do a quick survey to see if they thought the project was worth it. I can also check to see if it was worth it to see how well my students were able to master their multiplication facts. Step 7. Revise. Of course, I'll make revisions for the next time I do this project based on the information I got from Step 6 in my analyzing. So, let's see what this lesson looks like in action. Good morning, class. I received a letter from the Multiplication Memorization Organization, and they have asked us to be a part of an important study. They want us to conduct a 10-week experiment to find the best way to study and memorize multiplication facts. For this important project, we will split into our cooperative groups. You will have 1 day to brainstorm with your group, 3 days to develop your study method, and on Friday, each group will present their study methods to the class. On Friday, we will also split into our experiment groups. Each group will be assigned one of the developed study methods, and once a week for 10 weeks, we will have a check-in to monitor and track each group's progress in memorizing multiplication facts. So for the rest of class today, I want you to get into your groups and begin brainstorming the activity that you're going to create. so that hopefully you can begin developing it tomorrow. Remember, you can use any kind of technology or any other way that you think will best help students memorize multiplication facts. Okay guys, use about 15 more minutes to finish brainstorming if you didn't quite get finished yesterday. And when you're ready, go ahead and begin developing your study aid. Remember, we will present all of these to the class on Friday. Okay, so every group has presented their study method, and each group has been assigned their study method. So this week for homework, start trying to memorize your twos, and we'll have our first check-in on Wednesday. Have a good weekend. Okay guys, you've all been using your specific study method since Monday, so it's time to do our first check-in. The results from yesterday and today's times 2 or 2's multiplication facts are on the board. Let's take a look. It looks like all of the methods are helping some students, but it looks like the Voki recorder is helping the most. Keep up the good work, and let's see what the results show in our next check-in. Last week we finished our last set of multiplication facts. So we have used 4 different methods that you created. So today we have to compare the data and send our findings back to the multiplication memorization organization. So today we need to type up our findings, print them out, send them back along with the charts to the organization, but we also need to type up and post our findings on the class blog so that other teachers and students can get help learning their multiplication facts.